Welcome back to iOS Expert. I hope you've enjoyed this cat-friendly crash course on GCD and Swift concurrency. Having completed the lecture portion, you are ready to apply the concepts and solidify your understanding. I will help you do that now. After you complete this challenge, I will share my thoughts on the choice of GCD versus Swift concurrency. Here is the app, Regions, that I developed for this challenge. The app is about the regions of France and their capitals. On this tab, there are buttons to retrieve current weather conditions in the capitals using GCD and Swift concurrency, serially and in parallel. On the History GCD tab, the user can tap a button to visit 4 regional capitals at once using the power of GCD. The table keeps a history of visited capitals, updating each second. The History SC tab is identical but uses Swift concurrency. In this challenge, I will give you 7 prompts to fix bugs and implement functionality in an incomplete version of Regions. Open the project in this folder and examine the code. There is also a completed project. Don't look at that final project unless you get stuck or have completed the challenge and want to check your solutions against mine. I won't describe the files of this app because part of the challenge is for you to figure out how the app works. The act of grokking this code is good practice for code grokking interviews, which do occur. That said, the implementation of regions is very similar to that of island cats. Here is prompt 1. On the Conditions tab, the serially GCD button is implemented in conditionsvc.swift, but tapping the button causes a crash and/or freeze. Find and fix the bug, which is in conditionsvc.swift. Pause the video now. 5 seconds after this and every prompt, I will offer hints. Here is prompt 2. Also in conditionsvc.swift, implement the functionality for the in parallel GCD button. You'll want to call conditionsrequester.getConditionsClassic, which gets weather conditions without using Swift concurrency. Here is prompt 3. Also in conditionsvc.swift, implement the functionality for the serially SC button. You'll want to call conditionsrequester.getConditionsSC, which gets weather conditions using Swift concurrency. Here is prompt 4. Also in conditionsvc.swift, implement the functionality for the in parallel SC button. As with the preceding button, you'll want to call conditionsrequester.getConditionsSC, which gets weather conditions using Swift concurrency. Here is prompt 5. This is the view controller for the History GCD tab, History GCD VC. Implement the function visit 4 cities at once, which, in the completed app, picks 4 cities at random, in parallel, using GCD, and adds them to the model that powers the table view. The History GCD model has an add city function that you'll want to use. But wait, there's more. The region model has a computed property, random city, that you'll also want to use. Here is prompt 6. Repeatedly tapping the button causes a crash. Your next challenge is to fix this crash. The easiest place to implement the fix is in the file that has the model for this screen, historygcd.swift. Here is prompt 7. This is the view controller for the History SC tab, History SC VC. Your next challenge is the most difficult. Implement the Visit 4 Cities at Once function using Swift Concurrency. Modify this file in the model, which is in model.sc.swift, to enable this parallelism and to prevent any crashes resulting from button taps. Congratulations! By completing this challenge, you have solidified your understanding of concurrency. If you didn't look at the hints, I salute you. If you did look at the hints, I am you. You might be wondering which concurrency approach to use in a coding challenge or to study for a job interview. The easy answer is both, but I'll say a few more words. Analysis of this question is similar to that of UIKit versus Swift UI. Existing codebases at established companies mostly use GCD. That makes GCD a safe choice if you're applying to an established company with an existing codebase. But greenfield apps are increasingly using Swift concurrency, given Apple's emphasis, evident from WWDC, on that approach. If you're applying to a company with a greenfield app, perhaps a startup, Swift concurrency is therefore a safe choice. With respect to coding challenges, you might ask the company whether it prefers one approach or the other, and use that. This knowledge of the company's preferred approach can inform your interview prep for that company. May your main thread be respected, your units be parallelized, and your conditions be unraced.